model by the quadratic equation negative 0.1b squared plus 15b minus 120, where R is revenue in tens of thousands of dollars for the sale and printing of B thousands of textbooks. What is revenue? How much money you're making. Yes, that's the money that's coming into your company. Okay? The expenses, what are expenses? Yes, that's how much you're spending. Okay? The expenses for printing and selling the B thousands of textbooks, E in tens of thousands of dollars, are given by the linear equation E equals 100 plus B. What is the profit or loss if 30,000 books are printed and sold? How am I going to figure this out? What do I need to do to figure out the profit or the loss for 30,000 books? How would you figure out if you're making money or if you're losing money?
Find how much you're making.
Exactly. Find out how much money you made, which is which one of those two equations? Revenue. Find out how much money you spent making it, which is which one of those two equations? Expenses. And then what do you do with those two numbers? Yeah, compare them, subtract them. Find the difference between your expenses and your revenues. It's simple, okay? If you've got a lemonade stand and you spent 50 bucks setting up the lemonade stand and you sold 2 glasses of lemonade for $1 each, did you make money or lose money? You lost money because your revenue, $2, was less than your expenses, $50. See? Okay, so let's figure this out. I have negative 0.1 times B squared. What's B? What is B? 30,000. Okay. B, hang on, printing of B thousands of textbooks. So if B is already in the thousands, I need to just use 30. Because B thousands. How many thousands do we have? 30. So it's 30 going in here. That's 30 squared plus 15 times 30 minus 120. All right. Put that in your calculator and work it. What is that? 327? So does that mean I'm making $327?
I got 240.
You got 240? So does that mean I'm making $240?
Jacob's only told you that.
So am I making $240? That's my revenue in what? Tens of thousands. Okay? So to actually be the revenue, how many zeros do I need to add to that? 3 zeros? 2 zeros? 4 zeros? Okay, is this like an auction? Like, did I hear 5? Anybody got 5? Alright, so if I have in tens of thousands, okay? So this is 10,000, right? I have 240 of those. 240, 10,000. That's 4 zeros. See, if you want to do like the actual multiplication. Yep, add 4 zeros. So what we're actually looking at is 2,400,000. I'll put that in parentheses because that's the actual money. Although I will tell you this, I don't want to confuse you. But if you're doing your ledger, Okay, let's say you're an accountant or you're whatever, it's the bank something, and you see a number in parentheses, that's a bad sign. That's how much you're short. That's how much you're in the hole. Okay? So, but for this case, we're just setting this off to the side so you can say, okay, that's, I'm looking at 240, but it really means 2,400,000. Alright, so I'm halfway finished. I brought in 2,400,000, but I gotta pay for the books, right? How much are the books gonna cost?
130,000.
Alright, so B plus 100, that's 130. But we're talking about what here? In thousands of textbooks?
$30,000.
B in tens of thousands. Okay, so I need to add 4 more zeros to this. So that's what we're actually looking at. You know what? I'm gonna write that off to the side. I don't need this all. Walking in the room. Right? Okay, so did we make money or did we lose money?
Made money.
We made money. How much money did we make?
1,100,000.
Wait, I heard 2 different answers. How much money did we make?
1,100,000.
Okay, 1,100,000. That was our profit. $1.1 million for a whole year. You got to pay people. You got to like pay the bills. That's not a lot of money. All right. So, what about 130,000 books? Figure out 130,000. Now that you know what you're doing, figure out 130,000. Let's talk about question B. How many books must be printed and sold if the profit is to be $1.8 million? What's the difference between profit and revenue?
Profit's how much you clear, right?
Profit's how much you clear. Profit's how much money you have once your expenses are taken out. Okay? And we want our profit to be 1.8 million. So here's what we're looking at. We need revenue minus expenses. That will equal profit. Right? What's our revenue formula?
R equals negative 0.
Alright.
Squared plus 15b minus
120.
Yes.
Alright, so this minus your expenses. What are your expenses?
100.
Okay, simplify that. That's your profit. You say what? What? No, that's where it was jumping around and I had to change colors 15 times to make it not jump around. Alright, what you got? Combine two. No one knows what the simplified to? This is your profit equation, right here. That's just combining like terms. Okay, that's what that is. That's combining like terms. I want my profit to be 1.8 million, is that right? So what do I want this to equal?
180.
What?
180.
Why 180?
Yeah, take 4 zeros off of it.
Yeah, you gotta knock off 4 zeros because we're in tens of thousands here, right? How can I solve that?
Subtract 180.
Minus 400. Probably subtracted that, but I wouldn't want to. A 0.1 and a 400. How about quadratic formula? Alright, I'll wait. Alright, let's see. Got a negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Alright, what's your discriminant?
36.
36. Okay, something that you need to watch for. Some of you, two things. Some of you are leaving the square root on after you've taken the square root. Don't do that. Don't leave the square root on. If you had this as a problem, what does that equal? Right. It's just 25. You wouldn't do that. So when you have this, it's 5. It's not the square root of 5. Once you take the square root, you're done with the square root. Stop writing it down. Okay? The other thing that a lot of you are doing is you are not finishing the math. Negative 14 plus or minus 6 over a negative 0.2. That's math that you can do. Like, you can add negative 14 and 6. You can subtract negative 14 minus 6. A lot of you are just leaving it right there and walking away from it. Like, done, circle my answer, I'm finished. No, you're not. You're not finished. What do these two simplify to?
40 and 100.
40 and what?
100.
40 and 100. So what do those two numbers mean? 40 and 100.
That's hard.
Nope. I don't have an X. I have a B and an E and an R. B. Okay, so B is 40 and B is 100.
It's 40 your R and 100 your E.
Nope. No, it's B.
Oh.
But what does it mean? B is 40, B is 100. What does that mean?
44.
What did the question ask us? So to get a profit of $1,800,000, how many books do I have to sell?
400,000.
Check B again. B is in what? B is in what? Thousand. So to make a profit of $1.8 million, I could sell 40,000 books or I could sell 100,000 books. Why do I have two options here?
They both work.
They both work. Right. They both work because this is a parabola that opens which direction? Now. And 1.8 million is a horizontal line. So there are two places I can get that particular profit. Okay? Those are the two places that it works out. How many books must be printed and sold if the company is to break even? What does break even mean? So that means your revenue is
Same as your
the
profit.
same, is equal, not profit,
Yeah.
expenses. Your revenue and your expenses are equal. Okay? Revenue and expenses are equal. That means R equals E. What's R? Negative 0.1 B squared. What's next? Minus what? Equals. Alright, solve that. What is this function right here? We've already used it once. What is that function right there? Profit, right? If your revenue equals expenses, then your profit equals 0. So when does the profit equal 0? Did I figure this out yet? How can you solve this? No one knows how to solve it? How can you solve this? How can you solve a quadratic? Quadratic formula. Yeah. Quadratic formula. Negative b. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a minus c. What's the experiment? 108.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to estimate here. It's going to be about 10.3. What is it?
2.39.
Alright, we'll just say so about when does the profit equal 0? I want you to do D and E for homework. D and E on this page for homework.